What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another Manchester City live watch-along, where today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's away game against Real Madrid in the Champions League last 16 first leg. Big game in Spain, of course. Man City taking on the most successful side in Champions League history in Real Madrid, 15-time winners. Work cut out for Manchester City. Got some work to do, of course, to try and see if we can pick up a really solid result here in Spain today, in the hope that that will put Manchester City in a really strong position heading into the all-important second leg in 6 days' time, next Tuesday, as Manchester City will be taking on Real Madrid at the Etihad Stadium for the return match. So, Manchester City here, the aim is going to be that we want to pick up a positive result. And I think a positive result today for Man City is Man City ensuring that, you know, our work for us at the Etihad in Manchester isn't going to be all too difficult. That's got to be the aim for City, to try and do something here. And if we can do so, then we're in a pretty strong position. So I would count getting a result here. We'd be looking towards not losing. I think if Man City can pick up a draw today, I think that's going to be a pretty good result for us. With the injuries that Real Madrid have got, though, I think Man City are going to be nice and positive. They're going to go to the Bernabeu today and look to try and win this game. And if we can win this game, then Manchester City very much in the ascendancy, very much favourites heading into the second leg in Manchester, where it is expected that Real Madrid are going to get back players like Jude Bellingham, like Kylian Mbappe, who are missing for today's clash. So, we're going to do all the build-up to this game. We'll speak about the teams because there's some big calls that have been made by Pep Guardiola, calls that I just wasn't expecting to happen from Pep. But he's made them big calls, and we'll see if he has got them decisions correct for this match. So before I do speak about the teams, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City content here on YouTube. So if you haven't done so already, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes once more. Already more than a quarter of our way there on 26 likes, 74 likes to go. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget, we've got the poll rolling in the chat to leave your vote about what you think is going to happen today. Do you think it's going to be a Real Madrid win, which 8% of you guys think it's going to be? 85% of you guys going with a Man City win and 8% going with a draw for this game. So don't forget, get your vote in the poll. That's going to be live up until kickoff for today's game. And finally, do get your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and also what your score prediction is for this match as well. Mawaka, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Reno, thanks for tuning in as well. Mixid, welcome. Thank you for tuning in, Mixid, helping to moderate today's live chat. So we don't really have many rules here on the JSGC channel. Rules that we do have, though, are please keep things nice and friendly, nice and clean, and no spoiling it for others. Pretty much it. So sit back, relax, let's chat about Manchester City. Let's hopefully have what I'm hoping is going to be a big performance and a big 3 points, but a big win today for Manchester City to put us into a really strong position heading into the all-important second leg next week in Manchester. Arsenal have already played today their match away from home against Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal went behind in that match, managed to find a late equaliser from the penalty spot with a bit of an iffy penalty decision, but here we are. But Arsenal drawing that game, got some work to do next week in London, so keep an eye on how Arsenal get on this weekend. Obviously, Arsenal would have preferred to have picked up a really solid result that they'd be able to do maybe a little bit of rotation heading into next week, but that's not going to be the case. Arsenal are going to be competing every 3 to 4 days, and obviously the game that they've got coming up against Everton at home isn't an easy game. Leverkusen at home as well, not an easy game as well. It's not, a foregone conclusion just yet. So we'll see what does happen in terms of that second leg. That game also taking place next Tuesday before we, of course, have the cup final against Arsenal to end March and take us into the international break. So, having a look then at the two teams for today's game, starting off with our opponents, Real Madrid, going with a 4-3-3 formation. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. It's a back four made up of Trent Alexander-Arnold, former Liverpool man, Antonio Rudiger, Dean Huijsen, who's former AFC Bournemouth centre-back, and Ferland Mendy. Into central midfield, you've got Tchouameni. Alongside him, you've got Pinar and Valverde. They're going with Brahim Diaz on one side, Vinicius JR, the danger that Man City need to try and keep quiet on the left-hand side, and it looks like Arda Güler's going to be occupying as the striker. It could be Pinar who's going to overlap Güler to go into that striker's area, but at the moment it looks like in the absence of Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham that they're going to be pretty much going with no striker, and it's probably going to be Güler that sits in that spot. He's going to look to try and drop a bit deeper, and it's going to look to try and bring the likes of Valverde, Brahim Diaz, and obviously Pinar and Vinicius Jr. into this game. And I think the big dangers for Man City for me are, of course, looking towards that left-hand side and trying to keep Vinny Jr. quiet in this game. So Man City needing pace, which with Man City making the big call of Matheus Nunes on the bench, it's a very big call because he's a very quick player. I would have thought he would have been tasked with the job of just trying to keep Vinicius Jr. quiet, but it looks like Man City going with potentially three at the back, and Abdukodir Khusanov is going to be that player occupying on the right-hand side that's going to have the job of trying to keep Vinny Jr. quiet in this game. On the bench for Real Madrid, plenty of options and a couple of surprising calls that I thought may have started in this game. So Dani Carvajal on the bench, Camavinga, that's a surprise, thought he might have started this game. Lunin on the bench, Gonzalo Garcia, thought he might have started this game. Raul Asensio, Fran Garcia, Fran Gonzalez, Diego Aguado, Jorge Sestero, Franco Mastantuono, Manuel Angel, and Cesar Palacios. For Manchester City, going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, but I think this is going to change from Man City in this match. Going with Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Abdukodir Khusanov on the right-hand side, Nico O'Reilly on the left-hand side with Ruben Dias and Marc Guehi making his Champions League debut for Manchester City today as our centre-backs. Into midfield, you've got Rodri being supported by Bernardo Silva further ahead of them. Occupying as the second striker is going to be Antoine Semenyo making his Champions League debut for Manchester City as well. Semenyo does get a start after his impressive performance at the weekend against Newcastle United in the FA Cup. He starts on the right-hand side, and Jeremy Doku given the job on the left-hand side of trying to run at Trent Alexander-Arnold. Not really a surprise to see that. And Erling Haaland starts as the striker for Manchester City today. Unlucky to miss out is Omar Marmoush, fresh from scoring 2 goals for Manchester City at the weekend against Newcastle United. You would have thought Marmoush good to start for Man City at the weekend for our game against West Ham, which you look at Man City's bench and it's going to be a very strong team that goes out against West Ham at the weekend, whilst also allowing Man City to get our players fully rested ahead of 2 massive games next week against Real Madrid for the return leg in Manchester and the Carabao Cup final to take us into the international break. So on the bench, you've got James Trafford, Tijjani Reijnders, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Omar Marmoush, Rayan Cherki, Marcus Bettinelli, Nico Gonzalez, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Matheus Nunes, Phil Foden, and Max Alane. Some big calls there. I think Rayan Cherki for me is probably the biggest call, because for me, I look at Man City's midfield. There's directness, there's pace. Obviously, Man City look like they're trying to, or anticipating Real Madrid having more of the ball. They're going to be sitting a bit deeper. So they're going to be relying on Savio and Semenyo and Doku doing little combinations with the likes of Khusanov, Rodri, Ruben Dias, combining to spring Manchester City forward to try and get the likes of Antoine Semenyo and Erling Haaland involved in this game. So that's why Man City are kind of here going with more wingers rather than going with our fullbacks going forward, our wing-backs, which is what we've seen from Matheus Nunes and Rayan Ait-Nouri, which is why they're on the bench rather than starting. And I expect Man City to revert back to what we've been starting with over the last few weeks for West Ham, which is where you see Man City go with more of a 4-1-3-1 formation from City. So we'll see what does end up happening there. We'll see. Sorry, it's a 4-1-3-2 formation. So just having a watch of the highlights here of Real Madrid and their direct threats and how good they are at, with Man City give the ball away of trying to spring attacks. They always like to get 4 or 5 players forward. So defensively, Man City have just got to try and be on it for today's game. Not going to be very easy, but yeah, I think Man City could do a bit of a change of shape here because I think this could be potentially more of a 3 at the back, and you're going to see Nico O'Reilly, rather than playing at left back, supporting more in midfield, which is what we've seen from Nico O'Reilly over the last few weeks, and it's something that he's done very well in providing that physicality for Man City as well in the centre of the park. So I think that could be something that serves Man City very well, and if that is the case, then it's going to be a back 3, and it's going to be Doku and Semenyo more playing as traditional wing backs, and Man City are going to be asking Doku and Semenyo to defensively be on it and track back a little bit more. That will allow Nico O'Reilly to help to support on that left-hand side, but also invert into midfield and support Rodri, and it might just give a bit more freedom for Bernardo Silva, who is going to drop deep by the looks of things for the majority of this game. So if O'Reilly wants to burst and get forward, he's always going to have that cover there with Bernardo Silva and Rodri hanging back. So I think for me, it's a bit of a careful team selection. And for me, I'm just a bit worried about potential creativity in the team, because it looks very almost like Man City are relying on Real Madrid giving the ball away and Man City springing attacks into space and trying to utilise pace, which could serve Man City well. But I think Man City's aim is just to try and keep the score low and try and keep the score quite close to get Real Madrid back to Manchester. But remember before when I mentioned Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, what massive absences they are for Real Madrid. Militao at the back as well. Huge absences. Even Alvaro missing on the left-hand side. They've got lots of players that are out injured. That for me, I look at Real Madrid's team and I'm thinking to myself, well, they've got an academy lad in Pinar starting. Obviously, they've got no striker. They've got the inexperience of Goulart. They've got former City man Brahim Diaz. You know, other than Vinicius JR in attack, there isn't too many massive names. Players that can cause us problems, yes. But in terms of massive names, it's not Rodrigo. It's not Kylian Mbappe. It's not Jude Bellingham. They're not available for Real Madrid. And I feel like today's a real good day for us to go to the Bernabeu, put in a real positive performance, take the game to Real Madrid, show no fear, and look to score some goals. And if it sounds crazy to suggest this, but even though the game's at the Bernabeu, if Man City have got the opportunities to score goals, put the ball in the back of the net, and get this tie wrapped up today, you've got to try and do so. For me, keeping it close keeps Real Madrid interested, because I ask myself, are Real Madrid, once they've got Mbappe and Bellingham back, capable of going to Manchester and beating Manchester City? My answer to that is yes, they are capable of doing that. So for me, it's an imperative for Man City that there's got to be a positive result today for me. I think if Man City are trailing and chasing this tie heading into game in Manchester, it really plays into Real Madrid's hands, and Man City won't be favourites heading into that second leg. So it's really just imperative that Man City come out here, look to score goals, and pick up a good result and take that back to Manchester. As I said before, a good result for me is Man City not losing. If we draw this game, I'd say Man City are marginal favourites heading into the second leg because we've got home advantage. Any Real Madrid win today, and they're marginally ahead because they've taken the advantage of being at home and winning the game. If Man City can come to the Bernabeu and pick up the same result as what we got back in December, which was a 2-1 win that day, any win for Man City today, and City are firm favourites, because it means Real Madrid are chasing the tie. They've got to come to Manchester, they've got to win, and they've got to beat us by one more goal than what we would beat Real Madrid today if we do end up beating them. So if Man City pick pick up a 2-1 win today like we did back in December, which I'd be absolutely delighted with, it means Real Madrid have got to go to Manchester and win by 2 clear goals to knock us out, or run the risk of taking it to extra time and penalties, and it just gets all very complicated. And I think the game is there for Man City if they want it. And I put out on my X, which you can go and check out, links and details there in the description. I put on there, and I'm sticking by this, that for me, Pep Guardiola's changed things up. I'm looking towards Man City's bench, and I'm thinking to myself, well, already I can name you a few players that are going to be starting against West Ham at the weekend. Players like Marmoush, players like Cherki. I imagine probably John Stones, his name's going to be out there. Ait-Nouri, Nico Gonzalez, Matheus Nunes. So the team's already starting to take shape for Man City for our game against West Ham at the weekend. And I take a lot of confidence going into that game because I know that Man City's team's going to be really strong, and we've got lots of good, fresh-legged options. There's a lot of changes. There's some players who played really well against Newcastle who have been given the nod. There's also some players who played really well against Newcastle who have been unfortunate to miss out in starting this game and are on the bench. Yes, I'm looking at players like Nico Gonzalez. I'm looking at players like Omar Marmoush, players that really made a difference on Saturday evening against Newcastle United. So I think they're unlucky to miss out, and I expect them players to be starting against West Ham, and if they can impress there, obviously they've got the fresh legs. If City are feeling any fatigue, then there's obviously lots of opportunities for potential minutes and starts coming up, because the games as these days go on, really, because over the next 10 days or so, Man City have got some huge games, including an all-important second leg against Real Madrid, a cup final coming up against Arsenal, a massive Premier League game at the weekend. The games are coming thick and fast. We're looking at, how many days is that now? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're looking at 11 days, 4 games in 11 days starting here and now. It's not easy at all for Manchester City, so we need our squad, and City are going to have a squad available. The question is, have we got enough about us today to get a result that we're looking for? For me, ensuring we don't lose would be brilliant. If we can go on and win this game, we're firm favourites. We're in a real good position. And if Man City can win by 2 or more there today, then I think this tie's done and dusted as far as I'm aware. We'll see what does happen. So, a warm welcome to everybody tuning in. It is much appreciated. Welcome, Geffin. Thanks for tuning in. Says, go for a 4-0 Manchester City win. Reckons goals for Haaland, for Semenyo, for Jeremy Doku and Rodri. Kushik, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Says he reckons Cherki should have started instead of Semenyo. I can see why Semenyo has started this game. I actually thought it would have been Semenyo that would have been the player to miss out, just purely because I always feel like he's making less of an impact for Man City going through the middle of the park, and I feel like Cherki or Marmoush would have been better playing behind the striker than what Antoine Semenyo would be, but we'll wait and see what does happen. There is the possibility that maybe Doku could do that and Semenyo goes out on the left wing. That's the advantage that we have of having these quality winger options. I can see why we started Semenyo. He was the most impressive player that we had for me at the weekend against Newcastle. He's the kind of player that will take the player on. He loves the dribble. He finds space really well. And if he can do what he did to Newcastle at the weekend here against Real Madrid, he will create and he will make things happen. It's just a question of, can he find the back of the net, because he seems to do everything right other than scoring and assisting. Everything else he's very good at. So if he could start adding that to his game, we're looking at an exceptional player. Same with Jeremy Doku. Amadou, thanks for tuning in. Going with a 4-0 Man City win. Uncle says, I'm happy Kadir Khusanov starting. Either we're going to thrash Real Madrid or he reckons they're going to thrash us. No in between, no keeping it close. That's fair enough. Careful lineup from Man City. We'll see how that pans out. Teal, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm hoping we need Haaland to turn up. And to be honest, he has a habit of turning up in the Champions League. He knows that he relishes a challenge going up against Europe's biggest and best. And he knows that all the world's eyes are watching this game. And he'll want to put on a show and score goals. So this is the kind of game that I'd expect Erling Haaland really to be relishing. To be honest, look at Real Madrid, and I'm amazed that they're not pushing a bit harder for Erling Haaland. It might just be too expensive for them. That you look at Real Madrid's team and you're thinking, well, there's a missing piece. Well, they're lacking a real clinical, out-and-out striker. Someone like Erling Haaland, you'd have thought, would slot right in at Real Madrid. But Erling Haaland wants to be at Man City, not at Real Madrid. So, double thumbs up from me. Happy days. Keith, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Dave, welcome. He said, who would be unhappy with a 1-1 draw? It's a positive result. Not winning Sorry, not losing, sorry. It's a positive result today. So if we draw this game, we pick up a 1-1 draw, I would not be displeased with that, to be honest. What are you guys thinking? Let me know. Tito says, Trent, the weak link. He'll want to get forward, of course. So it says Doku trying to take him at every opportunity available. It's almost too easy of a selection there. It was no surprise at all that Man City have gone with Jeremy Doku. Taff, welcome, much appreciated for tuning in. Do hope you are well. And FSG, welcome, thanks for tuning in. Says remember me from a few weeks ago. I asked what do I think of Savio. Ever since then, every time that he's played, he's had a very good performance. There's a quality player there somewhere. I've said it all along with him. He's a player that's just got bags of potential. He just needs to apply himself more. And if he can get his confidence up and really apply himself, then, you're looking at a tremendous player. He's young. How old is he? 22, 23 years old? It's still very young. Yet, he's got the capabilities of going from strength to strength and being, for me, one of the best wingers in Europe if he can really apply himself. Now, I'm looking at the two teams there. Vast amounts of experience. Lots of Champions League winners in there. Erling Haaland, Thibaut Courtois, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Ruben Dias, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Vinicius JR. Tremendous experience in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's loads of winners in there. So for me, it's tie of the round. It is. It's tie of the round. This is going to be, I think this is going to be a tremendous game of football. I think we're looking at a spectacle today, and I think next Tuesday you're looking at another spectacle. And I said it in my preview, and I'm sticking with what I said in my preview, that every time Man City and Real Madrid meet each other, 15 times, 5 wins for City, 5 wins for Madrid, 5 draws. They never tend to be close, compact, careful games. They all tend to offer their own unique experiences with their own complications and their own bits of quality. They all tend to be absolutely brilliant, fascinating games of football with so much going on. Controversial moments. Manchester City going from boys to men back in 2023, that performance at the Etihad Stadium, and as demonstrated then, as needs to be demonstrated today, you want to put out the 15-time champions of the Champions League out of this competition. You've got to put them to the sword. You can't keep things close and compact and within one goal. If you've got opportunities to score goals and win by even more than what you can win by, you've just got to do it if that opportunity is there, because you're looking at Europe's biggest, best, most elite teams, and it becomes a battle, not just of a physical battle and a situation battle on the pitch, but it becomes a mental battle as well. And if you already lost that mental battle, the game is done and dusted. The tie, it's over. I was watching that match between Newcastle and Barcelona yesterday. Barcelona, one of Europe's elite. Newcastle did just switch off at the final moment. You can't afford to do that. You've got to be mentally strong. Anticipate anything and everything is going to happen if you've got to stand a chance to knock out the biggest and best in this competition. It took Man City years to get that experience and get that mentality. They've got over the line. They've won the Champions League. They want it back. They know what it takes to do so. We're ready and waiting. Players have made their way out of the tunnel on the stairs, out onto the pitch at the Bernabeu. Champions League anthem's been playing, so hopefully you guys were booing along at home, and we're ready and waiting here for kickoff for this game. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Closing in on 50, just 9 likes away, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the live chat. Where you're tuning in from today, what are your score predictions? Do let me know in the chat. Bryson, welcome, says longest 5 minutes of my life in the build up to the game. It's always going to be long minutes, but I'm raring to go. Also, don't forget, subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe, and social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram, and TikTok. Some important yellow card warnings. Any yellow cards for Huijsen, for Vinicius JR, and for Tchouameni today means they will be suspended for the return leg, the second leg, at the Etihad Stadium, as Pep Guardiola and manager Real Madrid, Alvaro Arbeloa, shake hands. Former Real Madrid player, of course, Xabi Alonso, was sacked not too long after Man City had played Real Madrid. I think it's like a month later. He was removed from his position, and it's Arbeloa in charge, I think, until the end of the season. But if he can have success between now and the end of the season, then he may get that job on a permanent basis. As I said, guys, poll in the chat. It's going to be active for maybe one more minute or so. Who do you think's winning today's game? 16% of you guys think Madrid, 79% think City, and 5% going with a draw as the captains shake hands here. It's Valverde, captain for Real Madrid, taking on Bernardo Silva in what's looking like it's going to be his final campaign at Manchester City. So City lining up today, Donnarumma in goal, Khusanov, Dias, Guehi and O'Reilly as our back four. Into midfield, you've got Rodri and Bernardo Silva. In attack, you've got Semenyo on the right, Doku on the left, Semenyo going through the middle, supporting striker, Norwegian international Erling Haaland. His father, Alfie Haaland, in the box there, ready to go. Got 3 players as well on yellow card warning. Semenyo, if he gets a yellow card, he'll be suspended for the second leg. O'Reilly, if he picks up a yellow card, he'll be suspended for the second leg. And Marc Guehi's liked a yellow card in the Europa Conference League with Crystal Palace, means he's also on a European yellow card warning, and if he picks up a yellow card today, he'll be suspended for the second leg next week. Right, we're ready and waiting. Bryson, it's not long to kick off. Slightly delayed by just waiting for things to get sorted in the tunnel, so we're about a minute behind. That's in real time, a minute behind. I'm in real time, so no one will be ahead of me, which is good. No one can spoil it, but no spoiling it for others, remember. One of the rules that we've got here on the channel along with, make sure you have a good time. So, players are stripped, ready to go. Man City are going to be getting us underway, attacking from right to left. Real Madrid attacking from left to right. Real Madrid playing in their Los Blancos. All white, white shirts, white shorts, white socks. Man City playing in, is it their 4th kit, I think? It's like the murky grey coloured shirts, shorts and socks. Bernardo Silva wearing fluorescent boots, going to get us underway. Captain for Man City for this game at the Bernabeu. Manchester City then going to look to try and make their presence known early on as City nearly give the ball away. In fact, very nearly give the ball away. In the end, they do give the ball away. Ball gets played long and should be dealt with at the back by Manchester City and is by Portuguese international Ruben Dias. He'll go to Italian international Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Dias will play a forward pass looking for a good touch there from Jeremy Doku. There's a good forward play that's been played in here. Doku tackled. He wanted a free kick. Referee says no free kick, and Real Madrid can get their first touches properly on the football. Seamus, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely we need Donnarumma and Haaland, experienced players, Champions League winners, to be at their very best. We need all our players to be at the very best, to be honest. You want to beat a club like Real Madrid, you've got to be on it for 180 minutes. Got to be on it. All right, here is Real Madrid then, just trying to come forward. Ball gets pinged into space for Captain Valverde to run into. Ruben Dias slipped, so he can't properly make an interception. I think he was just looking to put that out for a throw. In the end, it ended up just tripping on the ball and staying in. Real Madrid have played it back here to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives the ball to Federico Valverde. He'll centralise this now, looking for Tchouameni. And they'll work this now to the left-hand side. His former Bournemouth man, Huijsen, works it to the left, where he's got Ferland Mendy. Also got Vinicius JR over on that left-hand side as well. Not too much space to deal with. So it does look like a more traditional back four here when City are not in possession of the ball. Abdukodir Khusanov's job going to be to try and sort out Vinicius Jr. Interesting to see when City are on the ball where Nico O'Reilly is going to position himself. Nice little drop of the shoulder there. I think that was Gula with a drop of the shoulder, and a sliding interception from Rodri comes in, which is deemed to have been late on Tchouameni, and that will be a free kick for Real Madrid, which they'll just take short, and they'll pass this rather than taking their opportunity to put the ball into the Manchester City penalty area. Worked all the way back to German international Antonio Rudiger. Here's Huijsen now to Ferland Mendy, getting a bit of support in midfield from Brahim Diaz. He'll work the ball back here to Dean Huijsen. He'll work the ball all the way back to Thibaut Courtois in goal. Could do with Kevin De Bruyne, really, couldn't we, today? He loved the goal against Thibaut Courtois. Almost like he always had a point to prove, wasn't it? Kevin De Bruyne, with all of the off-field antics that happened during his time at Chelsea. Through 2.5 minutes here, 0-0. We're on 44 likes, guys. Just 6 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well as City managed to steal the ball back. Here's Doku in a bit of space. Have a shot, Jeremy. Have a shot. Oh, imagine I had a shot. It's opened up. Put your foot through it, Jezza. Put your foot through that. There was space and just opened up. You can't afford to be hesitant. As I said, opportunities may be few and far between when they come. You know, you've got to be confident. You've got to take them. And that, for me, was a chance there for him to put his laces through that. Early shot on target. Test Courtois, you never know, you hit it in the sweet spot, you go 1-0 up. I thought that was a chance. Just never looked like he always looked like he was going for the pass there. A bit indecisive there from Jezza. I thought the ball was there to be hit. Man City have got one of the best ball strikers on the bench, Omar Marmoush. I'm sure Omar Marmoush, with that lovely space there, wouldn't have hesitated to have put his foot through that like he did against Newcastle at the weekend, as that will be a throw-in for Man City. Surface seems a bit greasy, a bit wet at the Bernabeu. A couple of times Man City players have slipped. Just ran into traffic there, Doku. Indecisive. I felt he should have had a shot there. Don't know what you guys think, but I thought he should have had a shot. It was there to be hit, that. Here's Khusanov then to Semenyo. Just gives the ball away. Not the best of balls there from Semenyo. And City just worked the way into a bit of danger. Chance here for Real Madrid. They don't have the shot as well. Work the ball back to Valverde. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to put a ball into the box. Bit of a P-roller. Caused City problems because expecting an aerial ball there. He mishits it, and it took City a while to deal with it. Another ball comes across from Madrid. Good block there from Ruben Dias at the near post. Real Madrid just forced to work this backwards. Good work by the City defence, and they'll look to push forward now. Real Madrid just passing into space and working the ball very nicely in space as well. So it is very careful from Man City right now, as I'd predicted. Man City were going to be careful. Here's Valverde. Chance for him to put something across into the penalty area. He doesn't. Works the ball back to Alexander-Arnold. Plays his pass forward. Not the best of passes from Alexander-Arnold. And Erling Haaland will look to spring Man City forward. It's a 3-on-3 here if Haaland can get it right. Question is, can he? His pass was blocked. It's fallen to Doku, though. Here's Haaland in a bit of space. He drives forward, and there's a good bit of defending there. Is that Alexander-Arnold tracking back? It is! Good bit of defending there from the England international. And Ferland Mendy will look to bring Real Madrid forward. That's a lovely interception there from Khusanov. Steps forward to dispossess Vinicius JR. Ball gets threaded in. Bernardo Silva can't sort his feet out. Could fall to Semenyo. And 6s and 7s here. Semenyo with a shot, and it's straight at the keeper. Good there from Semenyo. Not hesitating to have a shot. Not hesitating just to put his foot through that and have a shot. I think Semenyo will probably be disappointed, to be honest, that his shot was straight at the goalkeeper, that he weren't able to test Courtois a bit more. Right idea there from Man City. It was what I wanted Doku to do before that. Just put your foot through it. Have a shot. If the ball's there to be hit, hit the ball. Test the keeper. Here's Semenyo. His pass falls lucky here to Haaland. Works the ball to Doku. Up against Alexander-Arnold. Here's Doku to the byline, Jeremy. Goes across. It's low, and no one's gambled at the back post. And it'll go out for a goal kick. Good ball. That work for that from Manchester City. Jeremy Doku's right. So ask the question there. Why has nobody gambled at the back post? It's through everyone's legs. There's a tapping at the back post there. Where's Semenyo at the back post? Where's Semenyo? He's there for the tapping if he runs to the back post. Where is Raheem Sterling when you need him? He loved a dash to the back post. Dotor, you are more than welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. Nice open game of football, this one. Not taking either side long to settle themselves in. Long ball forward there from Courtois. Header won as well there by Valverde. City will find the interception. Here is Abdukodir Khusanov now, the Uzbeki international. Plays his pass forward to Bernardo Silva. He's got a charging run of Erling Haaland in front of him. He's also got Doku. Here's Doku now. He gets forward into a bit of space through traffic. And again, no one's on the end. So good ball from Doku. No one's on the end. Testing times for Real Madrid. Here's Madrid now coming forward. This is where City need to be really careful. City got to be really careful in these areas. Really careful. Here's Pinar to Vinicius JR. Flicks a ball forward. Shot comes in. A good save there from Donnarumma and out for a corner. City want the offside flag. Not happy with it. Brahim Diaz and Vinicius JR trying to get the crowd going there. First chance they've had of getting something on target. Donnarumma's there to make the save, and it'll be a corner for Real Madrid. Wouldn't have counted because it was offside, as the Man City defenders were desperately appealing for. Marc Guehi takes no chances and ensures that that goes out of play for a corner. There's plenty of space there. It's Bernardo Silva that had the potential flick there to score the goal. As Real Madrid have got that weird thing that Man City used to do of 2 players over the corner. Why? Put 1 player and put the extra player in the box. Gula and Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold takes, header won by Madrid, headed clear by Manchester City. Can they get it fully clear? They cannot. So Real Madrid are going to get another chance here to put a ball into the box, blocked by Rodri. Trent Alexander-Arnold will mop that one up again. Yeah, I don't really get that set-piece routine. Why would you have 2 players stood over the corner? Why would you waste a player who's, not going to be taking the corner to try and fool it? Oh, is it going to be a right footer or a left footer? City used to do it. Used to annoy me. And nothing used to materialise from the set pieces. I'm like, just get the extra body in the box. I'd rather have the extra body in the box, to be honest. Sometimes the basics, the most simple things work, isn't it? Just a quality ball in the box is all you got to do. Quality ball in the box. All this overcomplications on set pieces. A good ball in the box, attack it, and you got every chance of scoring. Not the best of balls forward there from Madrid, and City should be able to mop this one up. Khusanov it is that will send the ball forward. Can't find Haaland, though. Haaland being a proper English-style striker, really, there. The target man. Get the ball to Haaland. Let him hold it up. PSG have gone 1-0 up against Chelsea. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the update. Bradley Barcola with the goal. He's a quality player as well. Semenyo goes down. He wants a free kick. He'll get a free kick. Seamus, yeah, we do look to be a bit slow. I don't know if it's just the greasy surface that's slowing us down a little bit. Players seem to be slipping and falling. City players, that is, not Real Madrid. I've not seen any Madrid players slip yet. It looks very wet out there. I don't know if they've had rain in Madrid, but I know they've shut the roof a couple of hours before, so I presume they've just overwatered the grass. I wonder if they've just done that purposeful, will soak the Man City half and not the other half, as that'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. No nonsense clearance there from Houston. Here is Rodri then for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Marc Guehi. Here's Jeremy Doku now. There's 4 lined up for City in attack. Real Madrid clearly done the homework on Jeremy Doku. Keeps trying to turn onto his right foot. They know where he wants to go. This is where I want to see Doku really back himself. They'll show him onto his right foot, so take it on your left. Take it to the byline, take it on your left and cut it back. It's already caused a couple of problems. They should be used to wet pitches with how much rain we get in England. Just seems overly saturated that all the slipping seems to be taking place in City's half. As I said, it'll be Real Madrid's tactics, put the sprinklers on with the half that Man City are defending so they can slip and make mistakes. If Real Madrid go up the other end and slip and make a mistake, it doesn't cost them a goal. Whereas if City slip and make a mistake, it'll cost us a goal. Really good work that from Man City. It's brilliant to see Rodri almost back to his best, isn't it? What an asset he is. Here's Rodri now coming forward. Finds a nice pass into space for Abdukodir Khusanov. He's got the support of Semenyo here. Wants to take Ferland Mendy on. Mendy just sticking to him like glue. All the space really seems to be coming on the other side. And it's as we were speaking about in the build-up to this game, wasn't it? Doku up against Alexander-Arnold. Here's O'Reilly into a bit of space. Thrashes one across the area. There's Semenyo having a slip now. This time in the Madrid half. He's going to keep it in. He drives into the penalty area now. Plays his pass across. Can't find anybody. I want to see a bit more conviction from City. Keep looking for the extra pass. I actually felt, I know Semenyo, it's a difficult opportunity, but I actually think Semenyo had an opportunity there to put his laces through that and have a shot. Would have been a screamer. A wonder goal if he'd put it in. But the shot was available there and he plays the pass and just gives it away. He was running into traffic. Put your foot through it and have a shot. Worst that happens is he's off balance, it goes into the stands. Best that can happen, back yourself. Talented player. As I said, bags of potential. You score a screamer. You go 1-0 ahead. Seems to be a reluctance to shoot from Manchester City at the minute in these first 13 minutes. So, guys, just 3 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel. So, earlier game, Bayer Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1. Arsenal got some work to do heading into the second leg in North London next week. Is the full-time result in the early kickoff from today. You've also got 3 games taking place at the minute. Chelsea are one of them. They're 1-0 behind against PSG in Paris. Man City, of course, away here against Real Madrid. Other game taking place as of right now is the... who's the other game? Is it Liverpool's game? Oh, no, it was yesterday against Galatasaray. It is Bodo Glimt against Sporting CP, the other game. Surprised I didn't make that the early kickoff, to be honest. But here we are. Rayan Cherki. We'll be seeing all these big names. These players that have been very good for Man City. Had a thought in the second half as we're now more than halfway to my 100-like goal. 49 to go. 51 in. Much appreciated, guys. And speaking of 51 to 49, Real Madrid have had 51% possession, 49% for Manchester City. That's a good pivoted ball forward for Doku. Straight to his feet. Keeps himself onside. One-on-one with Alexander-Arnold. Here's Doku. Squares it across. Good defending from Madrid. Goes for the near post and goes out for a corner. Doku causing some problems. He's having to get basically double teamed by Alexander-Arnold and the support of Federico Valverde. Good work that by Jez. A good defending, is it? Valverde, I think, that gets the block in there for Real Madrid, the captain for today. Right, corner then for Manchester City. Can we put a quality set piece into the box? Bernardo Silva is going to be the one. O'Reilly's in there, Haaland's in there, Diaz is in there, Guehi's in there. Plenty of options there for Manchester City if they can get a good ball in. Got a bit of pushing and shoving going on between Rudiger and Diaz. City go low and slips. That was the right idea. Squares it across looking for Semenyo, and Semenyo just falls over. Maybe Real Madrid have just completely saturated the whole pitch. Slipping going on left, right, and centre. Semenyo's in acres of space for a free hit there, and he slips at the most important of times. Nearly from Manchester City. James French will be furious. I don't know if it's just maybe they've had a bit of a dry spell in Spain that they felt the need to overwater the pitch to compensate for rain. I don't know if they've had loads of rain in Spain either. I've not kept an eye on the weather forecast from the pictures that I've seen. It seems to have been sunny in Spain. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to put it down to it being overwatered. It is Vinicius JR. The danger here for Manchester City. Gets the ball to the edge of the penalty area. Shots coming in and a good block from Manchester City. I have a feeling they're saturating the pitch as well to make it difficult to run on, as Man City will pick themselves up a free kick. Man City have got to ensure, unlike Tottenham Hotspur yesterday, that you cut the mistakes out. Got to be careful with your mistakes. That's good pressing play by Real Madrid and good protection from Manchester City to get a free kick and take the initial press off us and allows us to get further forward. Man City will be used to teams high pressing us like that. It was very Premier League-esque, and Rodri's rugby tackle to the ground there from Brahim Diaz. And City will get themselves a free kick and look to try and carefully work the football once more. Through the first 17 and a half minutes here then at the Bernabeu. 0-0. Niall, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I am very well, my friend. How are you? Here's Haaland. It's a good touch from Haaland. Looks to spread the play. He's looking for Doku. There's too much on that from Haaland. Right idea, though, as Jeremy Doku, gives a thumbs up there. Right idea from Manchester City. O'Reilly does well. Gets the ball back here for Manchester City. Here's Rodri. Pivoting. Turning into traffic. Wants to find the space. Does find space. He's class, isn't he, Rodri? Absolutely brilliant. What a player he is. Here's Semenyo. To Semenyo. Looks to play his pass forward. Finds O'Reilly in a little bit of space. But ball runs across as Bernardo Silva's going to have the hit. And it's just wide there from Bernardo Silva. He knows. No time for taking touches and running yourself into traffic. Ball's there to be hit. Have the shot. And that's exactly what he does. Good hit from Bernardo Silva. He's not too far away. Keeper's scrambling. Just wide. Courtois then sends this one long for Madrid. It's a cracking ball forward there. And Valverde is going to be one-on-one with Donnarumma. He's rounded the goalkeeper. And he's going to put Real Madrid ahead with a well-taken goal. And it's Valverde with the opening goal here at the Bernabeu. And Real Madrid go 1-0 ahead. Donnarumma just came to try and meet Valverde. Valverde has to just take a little delicate touch past the keeper. So cracking little touch past him. It allows Valverde just to have an open net to stroke it into the back of the net. And Madrid lead by 1-0. It was a forward ball by Thibaut Courtois. Perfectly onside. It's a cracker of a ball, that. Edison-esque. And once Donnarumma can't get there, Valverde's just got the simple task of stroking that one home. Dare I suggest O'Reilly, does he take his man out there? But O'Reilly knows he's on a yellow card warning. Same with Donnarumma. He almost pulled out. Donnarumma could have got his hand onto that and saved it. A very preventable goal, that, for Manchester City. Undone, almost Manchester City-esque. With just a long ball over. One touch. Boom. 1-0. Now Manchester City have got to double down. We've got to really focus. That should be a free kick for Manchester City, and oh no, he's not even giving a free kick. He's giving a goal kick. Like a free kick. Federico Valverde's first goal in the Champions League. Dan, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, well, if you're going to lose, you want to lose by as close a score as possible. But with the injuries that Real Madrid have got, I think Manchester City have got to be looking to try and take a result here. I think us losing today and them getting Bellingham and Mbappe back next week, it's very difficult for Man City. Very difficult. Here's Marc Guehi then. Good pass into the channel for Bernardo Silva, and he'll look for the space and he'll find it as well. So Madrid have got to try and track back. Here's Abdukodir Khusanov now. Tell you what, Premier League teams will have been making a note of them long balls forward. It's a cracker of a ball from Courtois. Thankfully, there aren't many goalkeepers that are capable of doing such a long ball forward. It's a brilliant way to undo Manchester City. It really is. As I said, it's Man City-esque. You know, when we used to put pressure on and Edison would go with a long ball forward to get an assist. It's exactly what I just watched there. What a ball. Sometimes you just got to hold your hand up and just say, what can you do? It's an assist and a half. Plenty of time left. Plenty of time left. We did go behind against Madrid, I'm fairly sure, back in December, and we won that 2-1, so all hope isn't lost for Manchester City just yet. You've just got to stick with it. As I said, just keep working on having your shots, your efforts on goal. There's space. There's plenty that I can take encouragement for getting forward in the first 22 minutes for me. Just got to try and stick with it. What we can't afford to do is concede again. They go 2-0 behind. It's a disaster, that. Can't afford that. Good pressing from City. Or referee's going to give a free kick. I think it's one of them that Premier League probably don't get a free kick given for that, but Champions League probably do. Real Madrid now can afford to take the time because they know now that they've got a slender advantage, something to work with going to Manchester. Should have started Marmouche. I said it. I said it in my preview. So scored 2 goals. Get the ball to him, 20 yards out, get a bit of space. He'll find the back of the net. That's where Marmouche is at his absolute best. Takes gambles to the back post and stuff. Stuff that Man City have done very well today. It's not quite had it. Here's Madrid now. Got a bit of confidence about them, a bit of swagger. Good crossfield pass and they'll get themselves a throw in. Rudiger then works the ball back to Thibaut Courtois. City got to be careful of these long balls forward now, of course. So, guys, don't forget, we hit the 25th minute. Do leave a thumbs up, just 46 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And do subscribe as well if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. But that ball's gone out of play and will be a throw-in for Manchester City. Not the best of balls forward there from Rudiger. Which Nico O'Reilly will take. Nico O'Reilly's definitely occupying on that left-hand side. I feel like O'Reilly's at his absolute best playing in midfield rather than playing at left-back. And I can't help but think that Man City have just shaken and changed things up, which, as I said, gives me a lot of confidence going into the game against West Ham that you've got such good options who will be starting that game. Players like your Marmouches, your Nuneses, your Ait-Nouris. Cherki as well. Players that you'd thought probably would have been starting today and they haven't. You see, City have got to do a lot of running. Got to be on this. Haaland's done well there. Good work from Haaland. It's well mopped up by Alexander-Arnold. Good work that from City though. Good work. They're unlucky. They're unlucky to miss out on picking up the football there. Chasing the ball. Pressing. Chance there for the through ball to come in for Vinicius Jr. But Real Madrid just hold it back and choose not to. Again. Valverde points to where he wants it. Rudiger doesn't oblige and doesn't play the through ball. Plenty of through balls available for Madrid if they want them. Here's Courtois then. Not the best of balls from Madrid there. Dangerous, really dangerous. Real Madrid will be thankful that Rodri can't get his pass sorted, and that could have been a lot of danger for Madrid in the final third there. In the end, Madrid can just come forward, and here's Brahim Diaz then to Vinicius Jr. He has a drive forward. He's got options. Valverde's one of them, and it's 2. So well-taken goal from Federico Valverde, causing all kinds of problems here for Manchester City, and Real Madrid double their lead. Serious problems now for Man City. Serious problems. See, I'm a bit disappointed with Donnarumma. It's, for me, pretty obvious where Valverde is going to put that ball. Just one driving run forward from Vinicius Jr. and a deflection as Ruben Dias just plays it really into the path of Valverde. It's the assist, isn't it? And it's a well taken goal. I just feel like that was very predictable where Valverde wants to go, and obviously Donnarumma's so big it's difficult to get down so low, but you know where he's going to go. It's just disappointing that from Manchester City. Really disappointing. I said before the game, it's either going to be a masterclass from Pep or a disaster class, and it's looking like here, first 30 minutes, More of a disaster class than a masterclass this from City, because we're at a point of no return. We concede next, and I think we're out. We concede again. So Man City need a response. They need one quick. Need a goal. Poor from Rodri. Not a good ball forward. Madrid tries not giving a free kick for that, to be honest. City can't get hold of the ball here, either. It's a shame, as it said, running rings round us. Chelsea have found an equaliser in Paris. Gusto found the equaliser. Welcome, Andy. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, we could really do, we've obviously not conceded between now and half time. We could really do with scoring next. Here's O'Reilly then to Guehi. Here's Doku. It's all a bit predictable, this from City. Valverde's having the game of his life at the minute. City got no answers for him. None at all. And it's funny how these injuries work out, that you've got players who can all of a sudden have more freedom than what they used to. Valverde probably has to take a back seat when Mbappe and Vinicius JR and Rodrigo's there, that he's not able to be as expressive as he wants. Clearly a fantastic play, you're seeing it today. Yeah, City just struggling to get hold of the ball. Way, way too easy, this one, for Real Madrid. Rashid, welcome. Good defensive work from City. Managed to get a throw-in or a free kick there. Gula not happy. He'll hold his face now. Almost like City are slowing this down purposefully because they don't have any answers. I suspect Man City will go to the bench at half-time and they'll be chucking the likes of Cherki and Marmoush onto the pitch sooner rather than later. No, away goals don't count anymore. City get a free kick, or is it the offside flag go up against Vinicius Jr. there? I'm unsure. Black Rose, welcome. It's been a bit of a disaster class from City at the minute. There's the offside flag against Vinicius Jr. by a foot. Is Marc Guehi then for City. Works the ball to Ruben Dias. City have got a massive absence, a massive hole in their midfield. Actually, I mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again. Semenyo in his best positions for City isn't in midfield. It isn't behind the striker. It isn't playing in the middle of the park. I've never once been impressed with Semenyo playing in the middle of the park. He's at his best for me, playing out wide, creating and making things happen. Not going through in midfield. He's not a midfielder. I just feel like it isolates him out of the game. I don't know. I think Pep's got this one wrong today. I really do. Yeah, Rodri is playing. Right, here's Bernardo Silva. You see, I do mind being 2-0 down. I wouldn't mind as much if, it looked like we were going to score goals and we were going to make things happen. And I know that Man City are going to score a couple of goals today. I wouldn't mind so much because I know then that, by the time we hit 90 minutes, we're not going to be that far away. But I've just not seen that in these first 34 minutes, other than a couple of good positions and a couple of pullbacks. Bernardo Silva went close and Semenyo had one shot. But since we've gone behind, we're going back to this Man City in the first half of the season where they concede and they just go into the shell. Yeah, Goddess, I think you're right. We are closer to conceding than we are scoring. Which, when you're 2-0 down, is not good. Anyway, free kick here for City. As I said, it might just be a case that City want to get this to half-time and go again. Get the substitutions on. Let the analysts look at it and can they shake and change things up, because it'll be City that will change things up at half-time. It won't be Real Madrid. But we're at a point now where we concede again and that could be us going out. So, yeah. Right, Bernardo's over this. Back to my point about set pieces. Put a good ball in the box and all of a sudden you're in business. They've passed it. Here's Semenyo, drives, good ball across, and Real Madrid managed to defend it at the near post. Here's Doku picking it up at the back post. One-on-one with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, just being double-teamed by him and Valverde. Here's Rodri then. Got a little bit of space to Doku. Takes his man on. Surrounded by 3 white shirts. Got nowhere to go. Has to just work the ball back to Bernardo Silva. You see, I feel a bit sorry for Semenyo. Semenyo were very good against Newcastle at the weekend. Not seen anywhere near the quality that he showed that day to today. City just haven't found ways really to get their attackers involved. To be fair, we were poor against Newcastle first 25 minutes. They were all over us. They conceded then. As soon as we found a goal, we're just kind of like, we got our mojo and we're good to go. Might be the same case today where, if you score one, all of a sudden you got the feel-good factor and you feel better about yourselves and 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3 very quickly. So, here's Doku being forced back. Free kick Man City. Right, Bernardo stood over this. Need a good ball in the box. Bernardo's just going to hook one into the back post. It's not a good ball in from Bernardo. It is headed clear. Here's Semenyo to mop up. Gives the ball to Semenyo. Back to Semenyo. Back to Semenyo. Semenyo slips. It's twice Semenyo slipped now, and City just can't really get going. Madrid just run into a bit of traffic. Man City run into a bit of traffic. City can't find the pass, and Madrid will come away with the ball. All the way back to the keeper. Several options on. And a slip at the wrong time there from Ferland Mendy means Man City will get themselves a cheap throw-in. This is where Man City need to capitalise. They've got the ball back here in a promising position. Make it count. At the minute, it's just been a bit sideways. Not really found many ways to get Erling Haaland involved that much in the game. Seamus, yeah, we are being slow. Careful is how I describe Man City. It's been very careful. Here's Rodri. Nice little ball forward, and that'll be a corner for Man City. They've got to make these set pieces count for me. Got to make them count. 7 minutes to half-time. Real Madrid are 2-0 up and cruising. They feel good about themselves. You want to give them something to think about. Grab a goal before half-time. Half the deficit. I say it all the time, especially when Man City are 2-0 ahead, about the dangers of 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline out there. Next team that scores is the massive deciding factor. Because if Man City score, it halves the deficit, and Real Madrid are then put onto the back foot. Real Madrid managed to get the corner clear eventually, but City will manage to pick up a corner on the opposite side. Real Madrid don't look all that comfortable defending these corners. USA baseball team lost to Italy. What? Mental. Right, 6 minutes to go to half-time. Could really do with a response. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up and do subscribe. Now 41 likes away from 100. So, Bernardo Silva then to take the corner here for Manchester City. Diaz in there, Haaland's in there, Guehi's in there, O'Reilly on the edge, Rodri's there. Corner comes in. Poor corner, headed clear. Doesn't really beat the first man. There's going to be a free kick against Manchester City whilst we're at it as well. Marvellous. Marvellous. Been a really poor first half this from City. Really poor first half. Lots of Italian Americans on the Italy team. Is that because of that? Is that because they're not good enough to represent USA? So they'll represent Italy instead? Is that what's going on there? Yeah. That old tactic. It's a poor clearance there from Guehi. Thankfully mopped up by Ruben Dias, and O'Reilly's going to fall lucky here that City should be able to, I say, get it clear. They haven't got it clear. There's Bernardo Silva. He will get it clear. Right, into the final 4 minutes of the half. Real Madrid to get themselves a free kick. And it's difficult for Guehi, isn't it, to go up against Real Madrid. Well, no doubt, you make it in Major League Baseball, you're clearly a good player. So, as you said, it's just not the all-stars, the creme de la creme, the best of the best. Makes it not happy, Preston, painful. It's not good. I don't know what score Preston is, but here we are. Here's Doku, clips onto the back post, not the best of balled in. Too much height, not enough pace, and it's easy for Courtois to find the interception, and he's just going to roll this one out and look to get Madrid going ASAP, and here's Vinicius Jr. Gets past Khusanov, who's bundled to the ground. Here's Vinicius Jr. now works to the edge of the penalty area. A heavier pass in there means that Madrid now are just stretched. They can find the little delicate ball in, and it's going to be 3. It's Valverde with a hat-trick in the first half. Wow. Just wow. He's had the first half of dreams, Valverde. A 41-minute hat-trick. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. A quality assist again. Brilliant from Valverde. Absolutely brilliant goal. It makes it look very easy. It makes that look very, very easy. Valverde's showing the quality in attack that Man City just haven't had today. And I think that's curtains, to be honest, guys. I think that's curtains. I think that's us out. Real Madrid are doing to us what we did to them back in 2023 at home. You know, he just got no answer. He's shell-shocked, got just no answer. And I think this tie's over. I don't just think this match is over. I think this tie's done. It could be 4 here. That's a brilliant interception. Bernardo Silva there. Brilliant interception. It's a poor ball across there from City. Not got it right at all. PSG now 2-1 ahead against Chelsea. Look at Real Madrid. They're just fighting and scrambling for anything and everything. They're throwing for Manchester City. And City just had no answers here. No answers at all. Like boys against men is what it's been like, guys. Boys against men. Into the first of just 1 minute added on, thankfully. We'll be able to get to half-time. Regroup. Oh, bloody Pep, I'd be making 5 subs. All of them at half-time if I was him. Because we need a couple of goals. And quick. Because this isn't good. Yeah, Man City have just not got this one right. Chad, welcome. Just not been very good. Real Madrid have been better. They've had no answer to Federico Valverde's game of his life. No answer at all. City made just... I don't know why we've made so many changes, to be honest. I said it was Pep overthinking it. It's either a disaster class or a master class coming in from Pep, and unfortunately it's the latter. Here's Semenyo. Last chance for City to drive forward, and runs out of legs with a goal kick, and that will be half-time. Rightio then. There is the half-time whistle. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, we'll look at the bench. Reijnders, Marmoush, Cherki, Nico G, Matheus Nunes, Phil Foden, Ait-Nouri. We'll look at these players. You've got to be chucking. I'd tell you, might sound dramatic, but I'd be making 5 changes at half-time. I really would, because this is one-way traffic. It's not just Man City are 3-0 down here at half-time. It's the case that we haven't looked like scoring. Real Madrid look like scoring when they want to come forward. And if we're not careful, this 3-0 drubbing will become an absolute battering. And I'm talking 5 or 6 goals. The tie for me is already over. You can't be 3-0 down inside 45 minutes at the Bernabeu and expect to go through. What Man City have changed up here for this game has not worked. The amount of injuries that Real Madrid have had, Militao, Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham. Yet they've made short work of Manchester City. And I think this just shows where Manchester City are right now for me. Not good enough is where we are. And this is going exactly like how it went for Man City last season against Real Madrid as well in the Champions League last 16 playoff. So, not been very good. Not been very good at all. I mean, you'll look at the statistics, and the statistics won't be too far away. They won't be too far away at all. You know, Manchester City, just, yeah, really poor. I mean, City have had more possession. 4 shots to Real Madrid, 6. 2 shots on target for Man City. No goals. Real Madrid, 4 shots on target from their 6 shots. 3 goals. a hat-trick, 22 minutes from Federico Valverde scoring in the 20th minute to the 42nd minute, scoring 3 goals for them. A hat-trick inside 22 minutes, 42-minute first half hat-trick, and Manchester City just in the mud. 52% possession for City, 272 passes more than Real Madrid. Our pass completion rate's better than Real Madrid's at 91%. It's Real Madrid at 215 passes, 48% possession, 88% pass completion rate. It's just a simple case of when Real Madrid have come forward and had shots, they've gone in the back of the net, and Manchester City just, when they've come forward, haven't been able to make their chances count. And, you look at the team selection and you're asking yourself, do you make the big calls? You go with Doku going one-on-one with Trent Alexander-Arnold, not expecting him to be double-teamed and triple-teamed with the likes of Valverde and Rudiger. So Doku's just not involved in this game. Semenyo ghosting the game. Ferland Mendy doing a brilliant job on him. Manchester City got no answers. When Real Madrid want to come forward, it's different kinds of goals. It's creative little chips over the top. It's little dinks. It's long balls forward. There's lots of ranges of passes, lots of ranges of assists that Real Madrid have provided. And the Man City defence hasn't held. It's lacked structure. It's lacked confidence. It's lacked belief. It's lacked everything. The team lineup is wrong. Semenyo going through midfield is not involved in the game. City got no way of involving Erling Haaland in the game. City now, they're at a point for me of no return. There's no holding the back line back, trying to be careful, getting Rodri sitting deeper, Bernardo Silva sitting deeper. We're 3-0 down. We're on a one-way ticket out of the competition. We have one opportunity to get back in this tie. One. And that is through all-out attack and scoring goals. That's the only way we can be involved in this time. We've got to go out and score a couple of unanswered goals in this second half to get back in this tie. I've already written the game off as Man City aren't going to end up not losing this game. They're going to lose this game. The question is how many we're going to lose by. I can't remember who it was. I apologise for that. Put it in the comments before. It's all a case of if we're going to lose, you lose by 1. You keep it as close as possible. That when you get to the Etihad next week, it's a 1-goal deficit. It's you come in, you score after a couple of minutes, and the deficit that you've lost by this week gets overturned inside a couple of minutes, and all of a sudden you're back at 0-0 as quickly as possible. So City just haven't got answers at the moment. I'd love to know your thoughts, guys, in the chat. What changes are going to be made? How do you shake this up? What's going to go on? What do you do? Let me know in the chats. Welcome, Abibash, for tuning in. John, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Vernon, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Not been good. Sneaker, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Reckons that we're out. 3-0 down, I reckon. You can't be 3-0 down at half-time in the first leg and expect to go through. Just not going to happen. Christopher, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Questions coming in about Pep Guardiola, his tinkering and overthinking of it. It's just not been very good, guys, has it? To be honest, not been very good. Just have a quick look at the other half-time scores from around the grounds. Have a look at the Champions League first and foremost. 1-1 between Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal full-time. Bodo Glimt 2-0 up against Sporting CP at half-time. Paris Saint-Germain 2-1 up against Chelsea at half-time. And Man City 3-0 down here against Real Madrid. Yeah, Real Madrid on the verge here of knocking Man City out of the competition for the 3rd consecutive season. So, there we are. In the Championship, Birmingham 1, QPR 0, Norwich 0, Sheffield United 1, Middlesbrough 0, Charlton 0, Oxford 1, Blackburn 0, West Brom 1, Southampton 0, Coventry 2, Preston 0, League 1, Port Vale 0, Bradford 1, Wimbledon 1, Blackpool 0. There's a couple of games in the Women's Super League 2, Sunderland Women 1, Nottingham Forest Women 1, and Charlton Athletic 0, Portsmouth 2. There we go. Right. On some half-time entertainment for you guys, because it's about as entertaining as this half is going to get. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Links and details there in the description. Do go and check him out. This is the American Beauty Cocktail, featuring me. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another cocktail video. And today's cocktail, guys, is the American Beauty, and I will show you guys how to make this cocktail. So get your tin shaker and pour your ingredients. First ingredient to go in, guys, is 2 parts. So we're talking 50 ml, maybe just short of 2 ounces of brandy. Next ingredient is again 2 parts, 50 ml, which is just again short of 2 ounces of vermouth. We're using it a dry vermouth to be precise. Right, next is 25 ml, just short of 1 ounce of orange juice. Right, next is 2 dashes of simple or sugar syrup. So to be precise, a dash is about 5 ml, so we're putting about 10 ml in it. So again, another 2 dashes or 10 ml of grenadine. Right, put your lid on. And now give it a good shake to 8 to 10 seconds to get nice and chill. There we go, as you can see it's nice and chill now. So get your martini glass. So get your martini glass and strain it. And now, add 25 ml, just short of 1 ounce of port. And there we go, 1 American Beauty. How does it taste?
Not great.
Right.
Not great.
Again, just like the last one, I didn't really enjoy it. It's £2 less. I feel like the port runs it. It's the American Beauty, that's how we make it, but not for me. I just can't enjoy it. Because another person might enjoy it, because for me, I think the port runs it the last bit. Should have tasted it before pouring the port. But maybe Joe's GC might enjoy it, because let's see what he thinks.
How does it taste?
Like I said, I didn't enjoy it.
I see what you mean with the port.
That's clever with that, but I just don't enjoy it.
It's not one of my favourites either. It's not bad though. It's alright. Just not something I'd go for.
Not what I'd go for, I'd order at the bar like that. But not to be put off, because say you might enjoy this. Because if you enjoy vermouth cocktails, but the port just ruins it for me like that. But that's the American Beauty cocktail. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. But give me your thoughts. What do you think of the American Beauty? Have you ever had it before in your life? But don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It if you wish to see more cocktails like this. Hopefully next week we'll have one out extra enjoy after 2 disappointments, really.
You starting a new series next week?
I think we are. So I think it's that time again. You know what time it is. I know what time it is.
I'm going to keep you up though.
I bet you can guess what it is. What the month is next week. So that gives it away what it is. So it's a certain someone's favourite series, and hopefully it's your favourite series. What's coming up? It will be the Halloween cocktail series coming back for the 3rd year. And I hope you stick around, as I do have a few funky cocktails waiting for you guys, and I can't wait to show you them, as I will enjoy these. But don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It, and I will see you guys for the next cocktail video. Cheers.
A big thank you to Mixid for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check him out. Links and details, they are in the description. So, 1 minute past 9. Players shouldn't be too far away from making their way out onto the pitch. Ready to go? Yeah. See what the second half has to bring. See how many changes Man City will make. Oh, man. Andy, man, yeah. Start focusing on that. It's performance-based, isn't it? It's performance-based. It's, you know, you're going to go out fighting. You're going to give Real Madrid a classic, because that's what I was speaking about before. They always produce classics between Man City and Real Madrid. You know, you want it to finish 4-3 or something along them lines. That you know, things like that happen. That you know, you'll end up being knocked out, but you go out with your head held high, knowing that you managed to produce a classic, that you've you know, made things happen, you've forced things to happen, and that's what we've got to try and target. Got to try and target. Yeah. Also, I was just reading through the chat. Welcome everybody for tuning in, and people. As I said, what changes are you looking towards at half-time? See Real Madrid preparing their own change, so we'll see what does happen. I know everyone's frustrated. I'd appreciate people not using that to target towards my stream or to myself or to for Mixed's half-time entertainment as well. So I'd appreciate people from refraining from doing that, and considering the tone of the message there from Vernon, it can get out of the chat. There we go. Sorted. Right. What was it? Sorry. One change. One change. What? Right. We'll digest that in a minute. We've got kick-off here for the second half. Right. So Tijjani Reijnders has come on for Manchester City. I didn't see who's come off. I think it's Semenyo that's come off, and they've put Reijnders into midfield instead. Why? Bizarre. Bizarre change. You're needing goals. I'm sorry, but Marmoush goes onto that pitch ASAP, and I'd be changing that back line as well. It's frustrating for Semenyo. You know, it's a one step forward. I thought he played really well at the weekend. To take 2 steps back with a ghosting performance here, it's just... I don't know. I don't know what to suggest. Anyway, here's Semenyo. City could do with finding a goal and quick. If nothing else, just give Real Madrid something to think about. Need goals. Here's Semenyo. Thinks the ball in. Real Madrid will just be looking to pick Man City off. They'll be happy for Man City to have the ball. They'll just look to dynamically try and attack in transition. Moving defence into attack like this. O'Reilly there pulled out the challenge, not wanting to get a yellow card because he's on a yellow card warning. Opens up the space here. Opens up the space. It's a save. And it's a block. And that should have been 4. First time really that Real Madrid haven't been clinical. Here's Bernardo Silva. Plays his pass into Tijjani Reijnders. Keeps the ball in. His pass isn't the best, but it's cut off well here by Man City. Doku thinks about putting a ball into the box. Doesn't. Takes it to the byline. Gets a corner for Manchester City. So Brahim Diaz causing the problems there. Leaving Marc Guehi on his behind. Gets his shot. It's a good save from Donnarumma. Tijjani Reijnders has come over to take the corner then. And it's over the keeper and it should score. How has O'Reilly not scored there at the back post? He does everything right. It's a good ball from Tijjani Reijnders. Keeper flaps. Oh, he should score. He just hits his knee. It's an open net. I think the referee would have disallowed the goal if he'd have scored then for a foul on the keeper. But you've got to put the ball in the net for the referee to make them decisions. He's got to put that ball in the net there for me. Unbelievable miss. Very un-O'Reilly-like. Had a great season for City, in particular in front of goal. I mean, what damage is this going to do on Man City in terms of, playing against West Ham in, 3 days? Oh, it's lovely defending from Abdukodir Khusanov. Good combination from Rodri to win the ball back for City as well. More aggressive there in midfield. Better from City. As we're now 23 likes, guys, away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. So I think this is just a case of salvation for Man City. Man City will be thinking, try and score a couple of goals here in this second half and move it from there. Obviously, we can't afford to concede again. You take this to the Etihad and it's 3-2. You're losing by 1. Madrid are slight favourites. You're still in the tie. So a good ball through, though. And Guehi will mop that one up. Donnarumma finds his pass in to Rodri, and Bernardo Silva will look to bring City forward once more. The gaps between midfield and attack are absolutely huge. Notice when Real Madrid get forward, the amount of bodies that they get forward and how close them bodies are to each other, that it's so easy for them to play the combination passes. Whereas Man City just make the pitch look so big that everyone's so far away that it's difficult to move the ball, which for me is why City are moving so slowly. That's a good ball into the channel and it's just floated across by Tijjani Reijnders and out of play for a goal kick. Again, City just not quite there with the execution in attack. I actually think Reijnders could have a shot there if he composes himself. He's just dinking it to the back post. There's no one there at the back post and the ball wasn't brilliant to the back post either. They had just ever so slightly a half a yard opportunity. Federico Valverde takes that first time. He'll twist that onto his foot and just look to play the shot across the keeper. You wouldn't score, but you might bring in rebounds and things like that. And I think that's what Reijnders should do there for me, would have been the better option than the dink towards the back post. There's no one at the back post. Hindsight's wonderful. He doesn't have a lot of time to make that decision, but I don't know. It could just really do with scoring a goal and quick. Gets the players' confidence up. It gives Real Madrid something to think about. It brings back in that 2-goal deficit, that dangerous 2-goal deficit. Do Real Madrid sit on it and defend for the rest of the game? Do you look to attack and leave yourself vulnerable and exposed through taking the risk to try and get your 3-goal advantage back? It just gives... At 3-0, it's very comfortable for Madrid. Very comfortable. City's passing's off it. Way off it. As soon as it gets to the final third, the passing's just not there. I don't understand. You've got Rayan Cherki on the bench. He should be on that pitch. One of the best creative players that we've got should be on that pitch. Here's Courtois. Plays his pass back then to Rudiger. He slips and City will get themselves. Again, a Real Madrid mistake. You've got to punish the mistake. You've got to make things happen. You've got to make things happen when they're giving you the ball in their final third. City just choose to take the throw in, ask no question to the Real Madrid defence and just throw the ball backwards. It's 2 touches from Rodri and then it's worked slowly from left to right. No finesse here from Manchester City. None at all. Pedestrian football. Real Madrid are happy for this to happen in the second half. They're just waiting for Man City to make the mistake. They defensively feel like Man City aren't going to do much. It's a give the ball to Doku and hope Doku can do something. He's surrounded by 3 shirts again. He's got nowhere to go. He does well to get City a throw-in. They're triple teaming him. So you need your creativity to come from elsewhere. This is where you look for your attacking subs, your Marmoushes, your Cherkis. It just gives Madrid's defence something to think about. More hard work, fresh legs coming in. How long do you give this? We're 3-0 down, for goodness sake. Here's Semenyo. Can't turn his man. Who's come on for Madrid? I think Ferland Mendy's come off. Yeah, Fran Garcia's come on for Ferland Mendy. Is the change that they made. Here's Diaz. These short passes that City are playing. Here's Semenyo now to Bernardo. Into Semenyo. Put your foot through it. He does. A good save from Courtois, and that will be a corner for Manchester City. Better. Seamus, you're right. High line, slow balls, easy to play against, easy to defend against, easy to attack against. I'm feeling very critical today. I felt like Semenyo, I said it's a good shot, good save from the keeper. Standard save. I'd expect a keeper as good as Courtois to make that save. Should go low. Try and look for under the legs of Courtois there. It's too... not enough lift on it. Either go up high or really low. In the end, he just goes for the mid-range, and it's an easy save for a keeper as good as Courtois to make. Right, corner for City. Again, not the best of balls in, easy for Real Madrid to head clear. And City just give the ball away. Real Madrid are just waiting for Man City to give the ball away. Another long ball played forward here. Here's Khusanov up against Vinicius JR. Vinicius JR is brought down by Donnarumma, and it's going to be a penalty for Real Madrid. All over the place there from City. All over the place. From our own play. Giving the ball away. Our own play. Can't be offside in your own half. So Vinicius JR has exposed the high line. Khusanov. The question here is, does Donnarumma get a touch on the ball? Let's have a look. This angle will tell me. No, he takes the man. It's a penalty every day of the week. Penalty every day of the week. What is Donnarumma doing there? What is he doing there? You can't be diving into Vinicius JR. You've got to just show Vinicius JR. Let him have the shot. Donnarumma into the book for it as well. Don't know what he's complaining about. It's a penalty every day of the week. He doesn't get the ball. He clips the man goes down. Penalty every day of the week. And you fancy this is Real Madrid's chance here just to kill the tie off here and now and make it 4-0. Vinicius JR up against Donnarumma. Donnarumma continues to complain to the referee. I don't know what he's complaining about. Welcome, Julia. Thanks for tuning in. VAR said they're not intervening. It's a penalty. I don't know what he's complaining about there, Donnarumma. He's got no complaints. It's a penalty every day of the week. Every day of the week. Vinicius Jr. then. And it's a save! Big Donna saves! It's a poor penalty from Vinicius Jr. City haven't got this one fully clear just yet. They will now. It's a poor penalty, that. And is that the confidence boost Man City need? Real Madrid have a chance there to go 4-0 up, and they haven't. With Donnarumma making the save from the penalty. There'll be a throw-in for Madrid. Ooh, I put that on Twitter, Julie. I said everyone was laughing about Spurs yesterday, but what's the difference? What is the difference? They had a humiliation in Madrid, and we're having the same. A doner kebab to celebrate. A poor penalty, weren't it? A really poor penalty from Vinicius Jr. That was Real Madrid's chance there just to wrap that up. Not taken. How long are they going to have to wait till they get the next opportunity is the question, because how easy was that for Real Madrid to play the way around City? Just a long ball forward and run onto it. Them old quick, pacey attackers exposing the high line. Donnarumma can play his pass back. City's defence today has been awful. One of the worst performances I can think of defensively today from City. One of the worst. Literally just all over the place. Long ball played forward. Alexander-Arnold gets a flick on. Doku wants to keep it in and does. Can City do something? And flick towards the near post there, and Rudiger makes the interception. It's a corner. You see, the thing is, if City can do something here from this corner, you go from potentially being 4-0 down on the 57th minute to on the hour mark, it's 3-1. And all of a sudden, it's a close game. A closer game than what it was. Right, corner then for Man City. Can they make it count? Reijnders to take. Headed clear at the near post. Poor ball in. Professional football players not beating the first man on a corner frustrates me so much. Frustrates me so much. Here's Rodri. They must be using TNT Sports, the broadcast from Spain, because I'm not getting any replays of Donnarumma's save. Loads of replays of what Real Madrid have done, but no replays of Donnarumma's save. Real Madrid will let that one go out for a goal kick. Alright, we hit the hour mark. Surely won't be long before City start making a couple more substitutions. Now we finally get the replay. It's a poor penalty from Vinicius Jr. Poor penalty. Enzo Fernandez has found an equaliser for Chelsea. Here's Madrid then coming forward. Huijsen, crossfield pass. It's a good crossfield pass. Finds Brahim Diaz up against Nico O'Reilly. Madrid not got much on here, so they're just happy to have a bit of possession and knock the ball around. City just trying to hold the shape here. Real Madrid just trying to find some way of creating and making something happen. Not got it at the minute. Long ball forward from Courtois. Not the best of headers from O'Reilly. It played Rodri into danger, and here's Real Madrid with the advantage. Pressing forward. It's a poor pass there. It was like Gula with the pass. But again, just not mopped up by Man City. You know, it's a poor pass. You've got the interception, and it's just poor. And here's Madrid now into the penalty area. Vinicius Jr. with the shot, and Ruben Dias does enough to get a block on that as Rodri's going to give this one away. City again just working the way into the danger as it goes wide from the effort there from Arda Güler, the Turkish international. Poor. Real poor. Andy, man, you shouldn't be ahead of my stream because unless you refresh the thing, because I'm watching in real time. So no one should be ahead. And if you are ahead, refresh my stream. Donnarumma then sends that one out of play for a throw into Real Madrid. I agree O'Reilly needs to come off for Ait-Nouri. He's had a poor game, O'Reilly. Poor game. Tchouameni's down with a knock. Physios come on. Tchouameni back on his feet. I don't know if Real Madrid are going to take a precaution here at 3-0 and take Tchouameni off, so they're not taking any risks, as Rayan Cherki is going to be coming on for Man City very soon. Tchouameni's in pain. He's probably going to have to come off here. Real Madrid won't take, I don't think, any chances. Or surely they won't be taking any chances at 3-0. Yeah, Andy, man, refresh my stream. Because I'm watching in real time. So it'll be the stream that's behind rather than me. It's one of them where I'm not relying on Now TV. So I'm not relying on Wi-Fi and broadcast. It's being watched through real time. So, there we go. Aye, Cherki is coming on. It's been a difficult 5 minutes, this. For City, Real Madrid just knocking the ball around and knocking the ball around well. Oh, Man City just not really got any answers. Looks so exposed at the back. So exposed. Here's Vinicius Jr. then up against Khusanov. Wants to have the shot, he does, and it's going to go wide. City work the angle well there. Into the 66th minute. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up. We're in for 100 likes. We're 13 away. Any help towards that would be much appreciated, and do subscribe as well. Rio. You see, I think I'm on there as well. I'd never ask for Pep to be sacked. Never going to say I want Pep Guardiola out, because I love the man to bits. I think he's brilliant. I think he's the best manager that we've ever had. I think he's probably going to be the best manager we're ever going to have. The memories that he's brought us, the stuff that he's done for the club has been nothing short of absolutely incredible. But we are looking towards the latter parts of, his time at Manchester City, and you do think to yourself sometimes that you watch where other teams are going and the direction that we're going in, and you just sense that at some point, if it's not going to be this summer, it's going to be next summer. So there we go. Please, it's worked, Andy, man. I'm not relying on Wi-Fi, so if anyone's ahead of me, then the only people that should be ahead of me are people that are working in broadcast or people that are at the stadium themselves. They're the only ones that would be able to be ahead and spoil anything. Everything else is in real time for me. So it'll be my stream that's behind, rather than me myself. So if you just give the stream a refresh, then it will catch up. Here's Doku then. Can City do something? Rudiger, easy enough for him to clear. There's Bernardo Silva. How easy is this for Real Madrid, though? That's a good dinked ball in for Semenyo. Can he play it across? He can. That's a superb clearance. Wow, from Antonio Rudiger to take the ball off Erling Haaland there. Doku works the ball to the edge of the penalty area. There's a little bit of space for Manchester City here. Here's Doku. Goes with his left foot and he'll get a corner for City. Brilliant defending that from Real Madrid, that. Absolutely brilliant. It wouldn't have counted because Semenyo was offside. But that's brilliant defending. Reijnders then with the corner. He's going towards the goalkeeper and it's way too close to the keeper. Needed to be on the front stick, that. Needed to be at the near post. Too much, too central. Good block for City here to stop the Real Madrid counter-attack. I don't think City managed to keep that in and it'll be a throw-in for Real Madrid. So it's going to be a chance here for Man City to make a couple of changes and a chance for Real Madrid to make a change as well. Camavinga's going to come on. I imagine it'll be Tchouameni that's going to come off. Rayan Ait-Nouri is going to come on, I think, for Nico O'Reilly here. Semenyo's also going to come off for Rayan Cherki. That's Bernardo Silva that's going to come off. So O'Reilly's going to go into midfield now. Semenyo comes off as well. Ait-Nouri comes on. It's like, oh, do I have to come on? 3-0. It's not the position of where I want to be coming on, but here we are. Yeah, can City just grab a goal? Gives Real Madrid something to think about. Because I think Real Madrid would sit on this. If it goes 3-1, I think Real Madrid will say, we're done for this leg now. We're not prepared to, commit loads of players forward to try and score a fourth and get our 3-goal advantage back. We're just going to sit tight now to ensure we don't concede and this goes 3-2. That's what I think the power of another goal would do. It's Gula that's going to come off for Camavinga rather than Tchouameni. I thought they wouldn't have took the risk with Tchouameni, but here we are. Right, Garcia with a throw-in for Real Madrid into the 70th minute. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up and do subscribe. We're now 8 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Courtois can find his pass on Doku there. So O'Reilly has gone into midfield. He's going to be supporting in midfield with Rodri. Surprised City haven't put Nunes on for Abdukodir Khusanov as well. Would probably help with the defensive shape. Ruben Dias helps Man City to get this one defended and clear. Oh, what's Diaz doing? Oh, it's a brilliant tackle from Diaz in the end. That is not what we needed to happen there. Oh, my word. Here's Guehi. It's a good, clean tackle from Diaz, but boy, that could have gone disastrously wrong. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nunes come on for Abdukodir Khusanov. And I imagine they'll probably chuck Marmouche on towards the end to try and grab a goal. Will be the plan. O'Reilly's going to foul, and that's going to be a free kick on Camavinga. Yeah, Diaz never took that ball under control, and he had to make a sliding challenge to make the interception. Yeah. And Brahim Diaz. Good tackle in the end from Ruben Dias, that. Courtois then sends it long. 19 minutes to go. It's deep. Ait-Nouri wins his header. Sends it to Doku. Here's Cherki. Gives the ball to O'Reilly. Khusanov. To Rodri. There's some options here. Ait-Nouri is one of them. He gives the ball to Doku. It has very much felt like a give the ball to Doku and hope. Leslie, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. If City can just grab a goal here, there's a glimmer of hope. Here's Rodri. We need a goal. We need a goal. Here's Reijnders. I've seen much of Reijnders since coming on. Real Madrid now, yeah, they've got lots of players back, just looking for the counter-attack, making sure there's no space for City to work with. Guehi's asking, why have I not got options? Here's Tijjani Reijnders. He's going to have a shot, takes a deflection and over the top of the crossbar and out for a corner. Another corner, another set piece for us to do nothing from. Pep did get it wrong. Team selection's all wrong. I said we should have gone attacking. Should have been the two strikers. Look to score goals. Cherki then to take. Bit of wrestling going on. It's good goalkeeping there from Courtois. He's had a real good game, Courtois. My team selection, I've got it on my notes for my preview. My team selection was Donnarumma, Nunes, Khusanov, Guehi, Ait-Nouri. I don't go with Dias because I was fearful of the pace at the back. Into midfield, Rodri occupies as the one defensive midfielder. I go with three players in attack. Semenyo on the right-hand side. I go with O'Reilly on the left and Bernardo Silva through the middle. No Doku, and I go Marmoush and Haaland up top. Was mine. Semenyo gets given his chance for how he played against Newcastle, and I said I'd just give them 20 and a half. Give them 45 minutes to make something happen. Which at the minute, City aren't making anything happen in this game. Clumsy from Ruben Dias, that. From me look at the team there, I missed that O'Reilly chance. I didn't realise O'Reilly made a tackle and nearly scored then. Courtois made it. That's a chance that for City. City should have scored. Real Madrid are going to make a couple more changes now. Just looking for some fresh legs. Brahim Diaz is going to be one player that comes off. And Pinard's going to be the other. Mastroianni and Angel come on. I'm going to sit here and lie that I know anything about them players because I don't. Yeah, Haaland's ghosted this game. He's not been involved. I mean, I always say it's about Haaland, but you've got to give him service. He's got to have something to work with, to run onto, and we've not given him anything. Creatively, we've been all over the place. There's been nothing. Here's Ait-Nouri, and he'll get a free kick here for Manchester City. Here's Cherki then. Fred's passing, looking for Reijnders. City will get a throw-in. Not the best of passes that from Cherki. It's difficult when you're coming off the bench to get up to speed in such a game, but yeah. Here's Cherki. Gives the ball to Khusanov. Back to Cherki. Rodri then to Doku. Here's Doku dancing forward and it just ping-pongs around and into the arms of the goalkeeper. You've got, the thing is with Real Madrid, they're very good at doing what they're doing right now, which is knocking the ball around, City chasing shadows. You've got to get them under pressure. You've got to force the mistakes, and when you force the mistakes, you've got to punish the mistakes. Real Madrid have made mistakes today. Like, oh, the O'Reilly chance there. There's been the times where they've given away cheap corners and cheap throw-ins. You've really got to capitalise on that. PSG 3-2 ahead now against Chelsea. Vitinha with a goal. All English sides backs against the wall. All got work to do in the second leg. I wonder how many are going to rest and rotate this weekend. Here's O'Reilly. I mean, we're 3-0 down, so we may as well go all guns blazing at West Ham. I'd rather not rotate and rotate against Real Madrid because we're going out as it stands. Here's Doku. Here's the ball to Khusanov. Back to Doku. Here's Cherki now. That's a good pass in to Doku. Driving forward. And they get the interception. Cherki not happy. So indecisive from City. They get into a good position. Just put, like, the ball comes in there to Doku. Doku's just got to think about putting that onto his right foot and having a shot. And he doesn't. He's too busy trying to cut inside and be clever and smart. Just put that across your right foot and just put your foot through it and have a shot. Doku's been very, very indecisive in attack today. Very indecisive. It doesn't help, you know. Doku's bloody doing anything he can not to shoot. Semenyo ghosting. We can't get Haaland involved, and Marmoush sits on the bench. That's what we dealt with in attack. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 7 likes to go to 100 likes, and do subscribe as well. Been a frustrating one, this one. Right, Marmoush is going to get 9 minutes. That's just going to be given away there from City. I'd be getting Nunes onto that pitch. You know, I like it here, Khusanov. I feel like he's much better playing as a pacey centre-back than he is as more as a full-back. It suits Nunes much better, and I'd rather Nunes be on the pitch. An eyelash on my glasses there. Here's Rudiger. So it'll be a case here, I think, for Real Madrid. They'll be thinking about, you know, just hold this 3-0. If you can get a fourth, great. Don't concede. It's going to be a free kick on Ait-Nouri there, and it's going to be a yellow card and a free kick for Real Madrid. Ait-Nouri's only just come onto the pitch, and he's already looking frustrated. Real Madrid in no real rush to take this. Is that Haaland going off for Marmoush? It is Haaland going off for Marmoush. Haaland's just not had any service in any way to be involved, and he's going to come off, and Marmoush is going to come on. Looks frustrated, Erling Haaland. You see, Marmoushu's got 8 minutes here, and he gives Pep Guardiola a right selection headache if he comes on and does a couple of things and scores a couple of goals here, doesn't he? Because surely you're starting him against Madrid next week if he comes on and scores a couple of goals and gets us right back in this. Not the best of set pieces from Real Madrid. I'll say that for Real Madrid, as good as they've been in their passing, the distribution, moving the ball from one place to another, their set pieces haven't been fantastic. Very unlike Trent Alexander-Arnold, normally got quite a good set piece on him. Ugh. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's had a fantastic support of Valverde. Valverde's been the massive difference here between the two sides. I actually think, take Valverde out of the equation, this is a 0-0 game. Obviously, he scored the hat-trick, but I just don't see where Real Madrid score goals. Vinicius Jr.'s missed a penalty. They've not really found anyone else that's been involved in the game to make things happen other than Valverde. So if Valverde weren't in this game, I think this game generally would be 0-0. It's been a generational game and finishing from Valverde. His reading, his finishing, his clinicalness, his decisiveness, his skill, everything about it's just been a game for him. Anyway, Trent Alexander-Arnold comes off. Dani Carvajal comes on. Got to try and capitalise. It's not easy for Carvajal to come in and slot straight in for the final 7 minutes of the game when you've not started. We've got to do something here. We've got to score. We've got to find a goal from somewhere. Madrid just boot the ball away into their own fans. Why? Big 6 minutes. We need a goal. Not to state the obvious, but we need a goal. Courtois sends it long. Header won by Manchester City, and it'll roll out a play for a throw into Real Madrid. Oh, it's a different story, to be honest, when you play the Spanish teams in Spain and outside of Spain. It's one of them where Barcelona would probably be preferred to have been at the Nou Camp because they'll be doing what Real Madrid's done here, which is try and get this wrapped up in the first leg, or at least win the game so you're taking the pressure into the second leg. I'd be very confident this game was in Manchester today for the first leg, that we'd do something against Real Madrid and we'd find a way to win. But I always prefer to be at home for the second leg because I like to know what we need to do. And I'd fancy that Man City would be able to, on the road, go out and grind out a result, which is what I was hoping for here. I was confident that City could do what we did in December, which is, I always fancy Real Madrid are going to score some goals, but I fancy Man City are going to score as well. It's just Real Madrid, when the chances have come about, have been very clinical in front of goal. And as I said, it's been the game of Valverde's life, and it's taken the game completely and the tie away from Man City, unless we can find a goal here in the next 5 minutes. If we can find a goal in the next 5 minutes, it's a 2-goal deficit to turn around at home, which is easier to do than it is, obviously, a 3-goal deficit. Diaz clips a ball in, looking for nobody in particular. Madrid doing well there just to get that one clear and stop it from going out for a corner. Bit of a foot race here for Marc Guehi to deal with, and goes out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Guehi's looked really leggy at the back for City today. Newcastle should have been outside. Didn't take their opportunities and got punished at the end. City just not really got many options. So just keep going backwards. You know, we're 3-0 down. We need to find a goal. Go forward, not backwards. Here's Rodri. Who's that to? Who is that to? What a poor ball. Can you imagine if all the English sides go out of the Champions League at the last 16? That will raise, not just some eyebrows, it will raise serious questions about the standard of the Premier League. But, Liverpool's got it all to do against Galatasaray. They've got a goal deficit to turn around. Newcastle's got to go to the Nou Camp and win. Man City are 3-0 down, got to overturn that at the Etihad for the second leg. Chelsea are 4-2 down. There's been a few bad performances, to be fair, Andy, man. Been a few bad performances. 2 games against Spurs have been right up there. That home game against Spurs is one of the worst performances I've seen this season. Game against Forest weren't great a couple of weeks back. Oh, things just seems to have stuttered. Anyway, here's Rayan Cherki. It feel like this game has come down to, because stats-wise it's been quite neck and neck for the two teams, so it's just simply come down to quality, and we've not had the quality today. Here's Marmouche. Don't know why she's gone a bit stuttery. As City have got themselves a free kick here on the edge of the area. 2 minutes to go. Brought down there by Angel. Kvaratskhelia will get confirmation of that goal. For PSG, 4-2 up. The change on the 22nd, I think. Clocks. Either the 22nd or the 29th, one of the two. Might well be the 29th, actually, end of the month. 2 and a bit weeks. We'll go into British summertime, BST, rather than Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. Right, free kick. Can City make it count? Edge of the area. Taken short. Shot comes in straight at the keeper. Easy for Courtois to save. Just gets rolled out to Camavinga. City looking to try and put the press on high here, and it just doesn't work. It's easy. Man City are just chasing shadows. Chasing shadows as we hit added time very soon. Right, guys, 7 likes to go to 100. Any help towards that would be great, and do subscribe as well. Right, throwing for Manchester City. I don't think there'll be that long added on here in this half. Substitutions and a penalty, probably maybe 3-4 minutes. Probably 3. Not seeing any goals. There's O'Reilly to Cherki. Gives the ball to O'Reilly. It's 4 minutes. Surprised they've given as many as 4. Khusanov then to Diaz. Gives the ball to Guehi. Here's Doku. Having to drop deep to get the ball and gets tackled. Ait-Nouri committed a foul there. He's already on a yellow card. Got to be careful. Here's Valverde then just skipping forward. His pass isn't very good though. Guehi can intercept and City can come away with it. Right, first 30 seconds of added time done. Man City need to get this up the field and see if they can create a chance and score a goal. Here's Rodri to Khusanov. Cherki. Khusanov's continued to make his run. Cherki looks to thread a pass in looking for O'Reilly. Will be cut off. Cleared by Madrid. Diaz should win this one in the air and does, and Rodri should get this one under control and does, and City will be able to potentially have another wave of an attack at Madrid though. But 3 minutes remaining of the added time. Floated pass comes in. Doku, I think, has managed to keep himself onside. Dribbles to the byline, squares one across, gets a corner for Manchester City. Yeah, Real Madrid look fresh, and considering the injuries that they've got, you imagine that they're going to go from strength to strength, which Real Madrid doing what Real Madrid do. City take the corner very quickly. Referee says City can take the corner quickly. He's happy with that. Real Madrid. Here's Ait-Nouri to Cherki. Someone's got to go into the box. Rodri's peeled away as an option. Doku's going to stretch the pitch. Not going to work though, because Real Madrid will get a foot on this. Man City will intercept. Here's Doku. Space here for Reijnders and Rodri. There's no width to Man City's right-hand side, is there? They can't go to the right. They've got to keep going to the left because there's just no width. Should have had Nunes on the pitch. Anyway, Real Madrid got 2 more minutes to try and navigate here. They don't want to concede. Poor pass. Valverde will intercept. He's looking for a free kick, so take your foot off him. Referee says, I'm not giving you a free kick because he's not fouled you. Valverde were going down. He's done well there to find his pass, though. And Real Madrid will look for the free kick and will get a push in the back and will get a free kick. Ugh, what a mess. Right, into the final minute of added time then. Chance for maybe one more opportunity in the game. Courtois is going to send this as far away from his goal as possible. 5 likes to 100, guys. Alright, Courtois just puts it out of play for a throw into City next to their own corner flag. I imagine Real Madrid will just, if City can get possession off the first press, will go and drop deep to try and defend. But Man City have just given the ball away. Not what you want to do. Here's Camavinga. Works the ball to the left. Bit of time and space for Madrid on the ball. Can City get the ball back and create one last chance? Madrid are just going to play keep ball here for the next 30 seconds and kill this first leg off. And it's very reminiscent of the time when Man City went to Anfield and lost 3-0. And it's just so difficult as Madrid give the ball away. Here's Cherki. Finds a pass to Reijnders. Last chance then for City. They've got 10 seconds. O'Reilly's got to get his pass right. He's got to go to Doku. Goes to Marmoush. Can't turn his man and Madrid will defend that. As Madrid have defended deep and defended well for a good chunk of this second half. And the referee says that is that. 3-0. The damage done in the first half from Federico Valverde's 42-minute hat-trick. And Manchester City staring down a barrel when it comes to their Champions League campaign. Progress from last season, of course. Going out in the playoffs to get to the last 16. We get to the last 16 and it's the old nemesis, Real Madrid once more, where Manchester City look like they're going to be heading out of the competition unless they can find a way to win by 4 goals or more next Tuesday in 6 days' time. We've got a massive game against West Ham in the Premier League to look forward to in London on Saturday night. And we've also got the final of the Carabao Cup coming up on the 22nd of March as well in Wembley against Arsenal. Things not getting any easier. Pep's got that team selection wrong today for me. It's just been an all-round lacklustre performance of no quality. Real Madrid, I don't think have played their best game, but it's Valverde that's been the difference. Clinical in front of goal. He's oozed quality and class in this match, and that's been the decisive factor between Real Madrid winning this game and Manchester City not winning this game. Yeah. Disappointing. We'll be back again on Saturday, though, for the next live watch-along for you guys to enjoy. So don't forget to look out for that. We'll have, of course, my reaction up after this game for you guys to look forward to giving my thoughts on this and vent your frustrations on that. So, yeah, do stick around and stay tuned for that one. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Social media links are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up as we're aiming for 100 likes. 4 likes away and get your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you on Saturday for the next live watch along and my reaction up in the next hour from this 3-0 defeat for Manchester City today against Real Madrid. So I've been JSGC. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.